listening to Frey. Starting right now. Here's your host Alfredo Leon.
Hi, Gala, and this is indeed Frey. As let's get started right now. As a major fast food chain, the world's largest fast food chain is getting another expansion. That's McDonald's in China. It will double the number of restaurants over the next 5 years there. That will make McDonald's the second largest market for the company outside of the U.S. and will surpass China once that happens. It expects to get up to 44,500 restaurants by 2022, which will nearly double the 2,500 restaurants that it has now, which would be something because of how much McDonald's continues to grow no matter where it is because of how big the company is and everything like that. McDonald's hopes sales grow in China within the next 5 years, despite fewer people eating at U.S. locations at McDonald's. Other American companies besides McDonald's wants to grow in China with slowing traffic back home. That includes Starbucks, which wants 5,000 coffee shops by 2021, and that would be more than twice what it has currently. However, there are some companies that struggle in China, such as KFC and Pizza Hut. Yum Brands, which owns the two, had to spin off their 7,500 locations due to a lack of sales over there. The announcement of expansion comes after McDonald's Corporation said on Tuesday that about a week after it completed a prior announced deal to sell its stake in most of their China operations. That deal leaves McDonald's, which is based in Oak Brook, Illinois, near Chicago, to only a 20% stake in its China business, meaning that the number will go way lower than what it previously had in its business, meaning now that the two will probably end up being a lot more and more separated despite the McDonald's name. McDonald's isn't necessarily going to be owning as much of it as it used to. McDonald's stated that 45% of its locations in China will be in smaller cities such as Shantou and Shijiazhuang, and 75% of its stores will offer delivery. There are around 37,000 McDonald's locations worldwide and more than 14,000 in the US. This is good for China, especially seeing how the growth is of McDonald's around the world, especially being in over 100 countries, and the fact that it's continuing to grow in China. Despite being there almost around 20 years or so, McDonald's is growing very quickly in China, and it'll continue to keep growing as it'll be twice what it currently has over there in China, and that's going to really help the economy over there in China, especially being a third world country and everything like that. But they do have good stuff there, and they're definitely getting better in China with their businesses and markets. So this will help raise McDonald's stock as well, as it's currently over $100 billion. That will help McDonald's stock go up even more. And the stuff that they've been doing in China has been really good, and they're trying to keep getting better there with improving their material and trying to get better and better there with their stocks and everything like that. This is going to help raise their stocks a lot. But McDonald's having a lot of success with their Big Mac and their cheeseburger and all their other meals as well with their stack wraps and everything like that. That's going to really help it with China, especially as they're trying to get better with their drive-thru service. Not many locations there had drive-thru service, and with that, they'll try to keep getting better and better there, and this will help them as more and more people in China can go out and eat McDonald's now. And it's weird as to how McDonald's is such an underdog in China, despite being like the world's largest fast food chain. They have fewer than 3,000 locations in China, meaning that there's less than what KFC and Pizza Hut have, which is so weird because of the fact that McDonald's is such a large corporation and they have so many locations around the world, especially in the U.S. When people everywhere you go, there's a McDonald's pretty much around every corner, specifically in Manhattan, where there's literally one almost every 2 or 3 blocks, maybe even closer to that. So the McDonald's in China is going to be improving a lot, and that'll attract more customers as people in the U.S. aren't really going to McDonald's anymore, especially after hearing all this stuff about their health issues and stuff like that. But China needs more McDonald's because it'll help their economy, and then it'll create more business and help raise McDonald's stock overall as well as the stock in China, because of the fact that more people will go and eat at McDonald's, and it's good to profit the business and everything like that. McDonald's in China is going to be a good thing as more locations, because then it'll attract more customers, and like I said, it'll help raise the stock. It'll help a lot. More customers, the better. More commercials, and then the more success that those locations have over there, that means it'll go even more, and they'll try to raise McDonald's total even more, which makes McDonald's even more powerful than what it already is, which is good for business and probably bad for the competition, as they've got to build more stores as well, just to keep up with McDonald's in China or anywhere in the world, basically, because of how powerful the company is with all the success they have with commercials, advertisements, and TV, or in the newspaper or magazines, or even online with their social media stuff, profiting off of that because there's a lot of promotion and stuff, and promoting new China locations will get more Chinese customers to go eat there, and maybe even get more other people as well. As China would be the second largest retailer for McDonald's, which is cool to see that they're trying to get more and more better, and McDonald's around the world is trying to get more improvements there so they can attract more customers, which is good because McDonald's is such a powerful fast food chain, and people go to eat at McDonald's a lot. Some love it, some hate it, but people do go there and try to eat McDonald's and whatever it is. McDonald's makes a lot of money off of it. They serve so many customers every day, and it's incredible. Like what it could do in China, especially even though most of their locations will be in small towns. Eventually, well, they have locations in the big cities as well. Because certain locations need a McDonald's just so they could profit off of that, and more customers could go there, especially when they have work and stuff, and they could get more out of it as well. So McDonald's expanding to China is good because it's great business. Well, more locations in China, that is, and that's great for business because then more people could go eat McDonald's in those areas that probably never would have thought would have been a McDonald's over there. Now, with the expansion, there'll be more McDonald's over there, and McDonald's will probably help the economy a lot in China, even with the other locations as well. It'll help China, and this will make McDonald's even more powerful than what it already is, which is pretty cool to see. Especially with a company that's worth over $100 billion, like I said, it's going to be a lot of success in China, hopefully for them, and they can enjoy their McDonald's and eat what every other McDonald's has with their fries and their Coca-Cola and their cheeseburgers and hamburgers and their snack wraps and Big Macs and etc. Or their ice cream or their lattes or their anything like that, or coffee and McDonald's. They could enjoy it, and they could eat what they want over there, and they could just enjoy the McDonald's as much as we do here or anywhere else in the world, and they could have a good one there as well. This is a good opportunity, like I said. They could be able to expand and be able to be in smaller cities as well. I mean, it could be more like a family-friendly McDonald's, and this could show that it's being more of a neighborhood-friendly location than what it would have been in maybe bigger cities, because then the whole neighborhood could just go to McDonald's, and then McDonald's in smaller cities in China would be a lot closer to a family's home over there in China, quite the big city, because then it could be a lot more easier to find a McDonald's in a smaller town, smaller city than would be in the bigger cities like Shanghai, which already has McDonald's, I'm sure. They have to have a McDonald's over there, or those type of cities, or even those type of cities, like I said. So this will help. This will help McDonald's a lot in China, and it'll grow up McDonald's stock overall. Even though they don't really have a stake in as much in China, it'll still help their business because it's still the McDonald's name. Even though McDonald's China has their own CEOs and stuff over there, it will still help McDonald's overall as they're marketing that market, and it will help them as well as the business over there is just booming. With more McDonald's, it means more people can go eat and more profit that McDonald's can make over there in China and overall as well, because of how many people are going to eat at McDonald's. Because so many people eat McDonald's every day. Billions of people eat McDonald's a day around the world, and especially with a population of China with over 2 billion people, the more McDonald's there is, the more better it'll be for the economy, as more and more people will eat there, which is something cool to see, and that's good for business, and that's good for the people over there as well, as they can be able to enjoy their McDonald's and go out with their lives, and it helped the economy over there in China as well, because like I said, China's a sort of a third world country, and they've struggled. So even though they have nice companies and stuff over there, this will help their economy even more, and help McDonald's China as well as McDonald's the world, like I said, and this will help their stocks go way up, just so that they can have more value in the company as well, because of how big the McDonald's brand is, and because it's McDonald's, people want to go eat at McDonald's so they can enjoy their Happy Meal, or see Ronald McDonald and everything like that. And McDonald's in China, more locations can allow more people to enjoy that, and they could be able to have a good time there, and this will help McDonald's sales go up, and the stocks will go up as well, and that'll expand even more locations at McDonald's. Like I said earlier, 37,000 locations worldwide, and more than 14,000 in the U.S. Now the worldwide count will be over 40,000 by that point, once they get expanding in China, and even more other locations around the world as well. That could cause McDonald's locations to get near to 50,000. That's pretty crazy right there. To be able to expand that many locations around the world, it just shows how powerful McDonald's is and what they have become, because this is just going to help out businesses as well, and it'll be great to see how it will work out and play out for China and the rest of the world as well with McDonald's, because it's just how powerful a company is, and it's great for business to see that they're succeeding, hopefully, around the world. Even though they've struggled with locations in the U.S. with some states closing down some McDonald's, but McDonald's is still going strong, and they hope that the McDonald's locations in China will help them out overall, and that could probably attract more customers globally again, and maybe bring some back in the U.S. or wherever other locations McDonald's is as well. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to leave a like, subscribe if you are new, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.